everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Brianna Lentz, and today we are going to be reviewing the Mama Made Minis Knotted Loveys book. This is a book by Allison Dratch and Lindsay McNutt, creators of Mama Made Minis. This is a book that has 16 heirloom amigurumi crochet patterns. I'm sure that you've seen this. This, I believe, came out November 2023, and I bought, I think, about a month afterwards. So mine came out late 2023, so that's the edition I have. I'm not sure if there are multiple editions, but today we're going to talk about my thoughts on it, would I recommend it, what do I think about the price point, the value, and you know, I mean, this is very popular. At least it's very popular on Instagram. Loveys in general, like this, are extremely popular. They're made with blanket yarn, typically a jumbo, a super bulky yarn, size 6. Sometimes you can make these in a size 5 yarn, or even in worsted. And they're very popular. They were very much like the it item to make, I think, for Christmas at craft fairs, to gift to a loved one, what have you, in 2023. And I think it's only gaining momentum for 2024. Crocheting a lovey like this, or any of the amigurumis in this type of style, is very fast. It's very easy for a beginner to learn how to crochet, and you have an instant reward because the yarn is so big. So it's a really fun way for a person to learn amigurumi. So if you are a beginner looking to learn how to do amigurumi, I think this is a great video for you. So first of all, the price point. I think that this is absolutely a great, phenomenal value for your money. I had previously reviewed a Mama Made Minis pattern where I spent about $12 on a duo pattern by Mama Made Minis, where I did Big Chick and Little Chickie, I think is what it was called. If you're interested in watching that video and review, I'll have that linked down below. That video is very popular for me, and at the time, I mean, $12 for a crochet pattern, quite expensive. When you do purchase an item from Mama Made Minis, their PDF pattern, it's very much similar to the aesthetic that you will find inside this book. And I love that. I love that people are becoming very creative when you download a pattern, especially if you're not going to be printing your pattern, because it's all digital media. So you're downloading the pattern that you buy from the Etsy shop, and you have it available to you to have on your iPad if you have an iPad. I actually didn't have an iPad until recently, and it was quite a lot of ink to print out. I mean, it used a lot of ink, but now that I have it digitally, I don't mind it. But considering that one pattern was $12, technically you got two, but for, I think, about, let's just say, approximately $20, I'll put the exact amount on the screen, that you get 16. This is a great value for your money, absolutely. And you do learn quite a few new things. For mine, what I did is I crocheted the panda bear. My daughter chose the panda. I have 2 girls, and I said, you know what, just why don't you choose what stuffies you'd like me to do? Because I want to review this book. They didn't ask for it, but I said, why don't you pick what you would like to have? So my daughter Jules, who's 6, chose the panda, and my daughter, who is 11, chose the deer. And we chose to change, well, the fawn, and we chose to change the colors into light pink instead of your typical tan, because at the time, finding a chocolate brown color was very difficult. Now, knowing that Joanne is filing for bankruptcy, I understand more why it was so difficult to find some of these very popular brown colors. And I actually typically don't use like the premier yarns, the basic yarns, or what is it, parfait yarns, I don't know, confetti, I don't know it, all of those things. I have them now because I went to a Joann's. I don't have a Joann's near me. So I went to like my first Joann's, like physical Joann's, in 2 years, and I stocked up, and I got like crazy good deals because they had every color that I needed that I have not been able to find online. I am kind of rambling here. So I typically use the Cozy Occasion yarn by Hobby Lobby. I have a Hobby Lobby right here in town, and I love the company. So I typically have been making my stuffies using Yarn Bee. This is what I did, Big Chick, Little Chickie, in Yarn Bee Cozy Occasion. And this is, let's see, 5.5 ounces, 156 grams, and you get 100 yards or 92 meters per those weights, and it's 100% polyester. So for mine, I was able to make both of mine using 4 colors. I used all of my gray and I just threw it away when I was done because it wasn't worth keeping, but I used white, I used soft pink, I used dark gray, and I don't have my other leaflet. Let's see if I have it. I'm not sure. I think it's like beige or tan or something, but it's like this cream color. Anyway, so yeah, I'm happy with the results. I have been crocheting for a very long time, like a decade and a half at this point. I have made a lot of amigurumi, so I do feel like I have the room to speak on my opinion and have a pretty good idea of what I'm doing. And so my review is not from a beginner perspective, it's from a very experienced perspective. So for the price point, I absolutely recommend it. However, my total, you know, how many stars out of 5, I give the book a 3 out of 5. I try to give everybody the best opportunity that I can. I'm hoping to give everybody a 5 out of 5 on my reviews for the kit or a pattern, but I'm not sure if they fixed their mistakes at this point, but when I bought this, there's some mistakes in here that affected me and I would think would affect you. So let's talk about it. So the first animal that I made was the panda. And I think it'd be helpful to show you what the picture of the panda looks like in the book. So in the book, it's Penny Panda Bear. Okay, so this is what it looks like. And I followed the instructions and I learned something new. I love when I get to learn something new in everything that I make. So Penny the Panda Bear was quite difficult and challenging to get the face correct, in my opinion. I had to sew on the eyes multiple times. It wasn't intuitive for me. The nose took a few times. I had to alter the nose. I don't think that the instructions that they give you to get the nose how they tell you is accurate. I don't know how you'd be able to get the nose how they have it with what they tell you to do. I had to do more. I had to alter this more times. The ears are sewn in. They're crocheted in. They're not sewn separately. I love that. I think that's so great. So you don't have to worry about these coming apart at all. I think that was really genius. I'm not sure who the first person was that created that crochet move. Don't know where that came from, but it's my first experience doing this. And it's because of mamamademinis, so hats off to them. I think that the instructions are pretty good. They're very similar to all of their patterns. If you've made any of their stuffies, it all follows the same idea where you have this unstuffed body, the head is stuffed, the arms are long, and then the legs are extremely long, and then you tie them into knots. I think it came out okay. I think you just kind of have to wing it and you have to learn as you go. The instructions for the panda, the first one that I did, does not say to stuff the paws or the feet, so I didn't because I was following the panda as my first instruction. However, when I got to the fawn, it did tell me to stuff the hands or the paws, I don't know what you want to call these, the hooves and the feet, and there is a significant difference. And I wish that there had been consistency throughout the patterns and that it had told me to stuff them because it makes a big difference. Number 2, if you look, the arms on this guy is just way too long. It's not proportionate to the body. And I feel like I'm pretty good on gauge for all of the pattern. The arms are way too long. So knowing that, for the fawn, I removed a row for the arms. And kept the legs as long as they should be, removed the arms, and they look so much more like the picture. Let me show you the picture for the fawn. So that way you have a reference. Obviously, it's not going to be the same because the fawn is in a dark brown. But I do think mine came out pretty darn close. I love the fawn. It's really, really cute. The ears were quite difficult, but it came out pretty cute. And I didn't tack the ears back because I wanted you to see it exactly how it came out. I'm going to have to tack the ears back so they stay prominent. And I do believe in the pattern, like they say, you might have to add those tacks to your project for the ears to stay back. I think that that should have just been written as part of the project. I think it should have just been part of the pattern. I think the face is cute. I think the addition, I know it's hard to see in my color traces, but I do think that the lines on the top of the head are cute. It was kind of a pain, but cute. The face is cute. My eyes are a size bigger than what they recommend. I believe they recommend size 14 millimeter eyes, and I use size 16 millimeter eyes because I have this huge box that I got from Amazon, and I'm gonna use this. I don't think that there's a big enough difference in the eyes for it to have made a difference in how my project looks for this review. If you're interested in these, I'll have this linked down below to my Amazon storefront, so that way you can see all of my favorite safety eyes that I've purchased off Amazon, as well as any of my favorite crochet tools. I'll have that link down below to my Amazon store because I have gotten quite a few of my crochet tools off Amazon and I love them. So if you want to see what my favorite choices are, go ahead, hit that link down below. But yeah, I mean, collectively, they came out really cute, right? They are cute. However, I am disappointed that I don't have the same finish between two patterns in the same book. This one told me to stuff the hooves or the paws. This one didn't, and it should have. It makes a big difference, and you can tell in the picture that they are stuffed. I don't think it was just because of like it's not supposed to be. I think that was a mistake. Also, there was a mistake when I was doing the tail, and the tail just seemed way too tedious. So I omitted it. I tried it twice. There's a mistake in the color for the main color and contrast color one. And I feel like they have enough people that follow them that shouldn't have happened. So I decided to omit it. My daughter's 11, so I'm making up for it. Like I said, it's gonna be okay without the tail. And you can do that, like you can modify the pattern, that's okay. I think that they're really smart to try to modify their patterns as much as they can, so that way they're the first ones to modify their patterns. I think that they're very business savvy. I think that Mama Made Minis is very uplifting for a lot of women in the crochet world who they choose to uplift, and I think that they're a positive influence to a lot of people. I love that they are two mothers that are killing it, and I'm very happy for them. I think that a lot of people are going to be able to make these crochet animals and make good money at a craft fair. I think that anybody who receives these stuffies that you make will be very happy to receive them. I think that the Chick and Chickie that I made, by far, I like those projects more than I like these projects. If I'm going to be honest, I liked that pattern more than I like these patterns. However, I think that they're really cute, and I think that they're really genius to have created their own type of animal. Like, hats off to them. But there's just a couple mistakes and inconsistency throughout the book that I just feel like I can't give them higher than a 3 out of 5. Like if I were reviewing like a regular book, like, you know what I mean? Like it's just, that's how I feel. However, I'm really happy with the animals that I made. Unless I have a specific reason to be making a gift for somebody or personally, I don't see me using this book again, but I might, you know, like I said, I might have a reason to make, you know, the bunny. Like I like to make the Yeti. I'd like to make the bunny rabbit, and I'd like to make the monkey that's in here. Like they're really adorable. Like check out this Yeti. I mean, that's so original. That's so original and so cute, and such a cute boy. I mean, girls can have it too, obviously, but like, I just feel like there's so many feminine things that sometimes it's hard to find things that'll be really cute to make for a boy. And I love that this book has a ton of options for boys. I love the hippo, and the other one that I really liked was the monkey, especially if you're going to have like a curious storage room. I think that this theme, or anybody in your life that just loves monkeys, I think this is so cute. I actually really contemplated making this one too. But like I said, I mean, I'm really happy with them. I think they're really cute. And I recommend it. I think it's a good price point. I just think read carefully through everything. I do like that for their book, they went through the effort to explain some more things that I feel like they had criticism for in their patterns. And so they took the time to explain like their special stitches. They took the time to have really clear aesthetic pictures, natural light. I love that. They have assembly and finishing instructions. They have really good pictures on how to start the body, which I would think was really helpful. And they were very much more clear on how you start the legs. Because I know that that was a point that a lot of people were struggling with in their paid for patterns off Etsy. So hats off to them. I really like their pictures. I really like their aesthetic. I really like, here's the full range of all of the things that you can buy. I love that they have their kids involved with it. I think that it's wonderful. So all in all, I'm really happy for them. I hope them nothing but future success. And I think that they are a mover and a shaker in the crochet community, and I'm happy for them. I'm hopeful that in future versions of this book, there are more consistencies. And yeah, I'd like to see what they come up with in the future. I really do enjoy watching their content. They're very fun to watch. So these are my thoughts on the Mama Made Minis crochet book. Let me know down below if you found similar views as I did, and I hope to see you guys in my next project and in my next video. Thanks for watching, you guys. Bye.